end, and I was like, excuse me, not the Coke coming out. My bank account went negative for the first time. I'm learning, okay? Give me some grace, cut me some freaking slack. Let's see, how does this look? Hello, what's up, you guys? Hi, my name is Blake, and welcome back to my channel. If you have not been here, or welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. Wait, no, welcome back to my channel if you've been here before. Welcome to my channel if you haven't been here before. That was difficult. But anyway, I'm sitting in my living room, and today I thought it would be fun to do a take on the iconic Alisha Marie's little series of if I had a solo podcast, this is what I would talk about. And she does these. I love her. She's inspiration for me. And I actually have a podcast with my best friend, Bridget. She's not here though, obviously. And I just thought it would be interesting to sort of talk about like my 2024 goals, aspirations, how I'm feeling about the year, and just like what is the vibe. I've got my Coke with me, not a Diet Coke, just a regular Coke. I don't know if you can hear that. My drink of choice for dry January, and it's just been fabulous. I'm doing dry January. It's one of the things I was going to talk about, but I guess it's just, I'm doing it. It's been totally fine, honestly. I've been vibing. I've gone to a couple of events where I've had alcohol like offered to me, but I'm just kind of like, no, like I'm okay. I'm also like feeling so, okay, I feel like I need to face like this because like I want you to see my mouth moving. Like I hate when you can't see my, like I feel like that looks weird. Get what I'm saying? But yeah, and so it's really been fine. I haven't really been missing it. I haven't really felt the need to. It feels good to not, I feel like, drink as much. I am cheating this weekend because it's my friend's hottie party, which I feel like I've talked about in the last couple of videos, but we're so excited for it. It's just like gonna be crazy, and like we're gonna get shit faced. Like I'm just gonna let you know now, like, but it's gonna be worth it. I kind of just wanted to go through, we'll talk about my mood board. I wanted to start with a story time about, I'm also doing a no spend month. Well, I'm trying to do a no spend month. It's like going okay, I would say. But we'll talk about that. And then I was just gonna talk about like content creation and me routinely trying to come back to YouTube. And I feel like I'm finally finding my groove, and I've been trying to like film a lot of videos this month and to just like mass produce them almost. And then I can just like upload them later, and starting my new TikTok and Instagram, whatever. So let's start with the story time, about why I'm doing a no spend month and basically how that has been going for me. So back in December, well, okay, this is honestly where it all started, was because I paid off all my student debt, and I did it at one time. Like I had a couple $1,000s in student debt, and I was like, just pay it all off, like get over it. And well, wait, so long story short, in December, I'm going all over the place. My bank account went negative for the first time. It shook me to my core. Like I had never had that happen to me. Also, if I keep looking over here, it's because I'm checking my computer that the audio is still going okay. I never had that happen to me, and I was just like such in a state of shock. Like I could not believe that my bank account went negative. And like I've always been known to be a person who's really good with money. Like my parents have never distrusted me with money, and I've always worked and had my own job since I could have a job at 16. And like I just am I always felt that I was very financially responsible. I'm not a big spender, whatever. And so I was very shocked that I went negative, and I was like, F-U-C-K, like what do I do? When that happens, it's like you can't like instantly just like pop money out of your, like, you know, like I had to wait until I got paid. And I just feel like I started to spiral from that. And I was like, in January, I'm doing a no spend month. Like I cannot spend any money. But now that I'm like spending money, I feel like it's eating me alive, because I'm like, well, I have to spend money to live. Like every time I go to the grocery store, I'm like literally sitting there like contemplating, like, do I really need to buy this? But it's like, yes, I need to buy this, Blake. Like you have to eat. Like I have like I went out to eat one time this month that I paid for, and I haven't been drinking a bit, like I said, doing dry January. And like I bought one item that I wouldn't say that I regret, because I did need it. I only have one pan, like cooking pan, you know, like stovetop pan. That's like the only thing that I really like went out of my no spend month for. But the rest has just been like, I'm paying for my groceries, you know, and it's like, okay, sure, I got a couple of coffees here and there. Sue me, it's $5. Like I'll be okay. I'm not that broke. But I feel like it's been really eating me alive. And basically, I'm realizing that I'm actually okay financially. Like, I do have money. Don't worry. I'm not broke. Like, I'm not living above my means. But the problem was, I just mishandled my money. So, I'm going to kind of explain what I did wrong, and hopefully you'll learn something from this. Like what I'm doing is good. That's like what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm investing my money, I'm putting into high yield savings accounts. I'm not letting it just sit there in my checking. But by doing that, I lost track of how much money I needed in my checking to pay my bills. So let me explain. So basically what had happened was, I don't know if the camera just got weird. I keep trying to like pause it so my clips aren't too long. Hopefully it'll like adjust itself. But basically what had happened was, like I said, I invest my money, I put it in a high yield savings account. I just don't let it sit in my checking because it's not doing anything for me there. It's not growing, it's not building, it's not moving, to say. Usually like I have reoccurring transfers of, lump sums that go into a Fidelity account, they go into a JP Morgan account, they go into a high yield savings, they go into a Fundrise account, which is like an investment platform for like real estate. Which if you're interested in like going through all my investment platforms, like please let me know. I actually love financial literacy and like personal financial planning and things like that, and like personal finance, because I thought I wanted to be a financial advisor, and like I would still love to do that. I still love to talk about it. I would still love to engage in that. And that's a lot of content that I consume through like Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and stuff like that. So definitely like let me know. I am good at it. Like I just messed up. But my steps are good. My method is good. I got screwed up because going back to when I said I paid all my student loans, basically I was like letting it grow because I like, knew that I wanted to do that. And then I paid all my student loans, but then that depleted my checking account at the time. And then I basically like didn't cancel all of the reoccurring things that were going on through my checking account, if you're following me. So like I was basically depleted it, like we're at zero. I get paid my amount. Well, then my rent comes out of my checking account automatically every month. And all of my bills I have set on auto pay. So they were all coming out, and I was like getting all of that money drawn out that was supposed to be going into all my different investment portfolios, and it kept going, and I wasn't really like paying attention to that, and so like my nest, that I had built depleted very quickly in December. Basically, that's like when it all happened. It caught up to me, like I didn't have any more. I wasn't making enough, or I was still spending too much too on top of that, just like my normal spending, and then I had to pay off my credit card bills, of course. And another thing is you should always be only paying with your credit card. Literally get rid of your fucking debit card, light that shit on fire. Do not ever use it. Only use your credit card and pay it off every Friday because you want those credit card points. That's a whole other video, but anyway, so that's basically what happened to me is I just like messed myself up, and I'm still kind of like working myself out of that hole. Like I literally just went negative the other day again, and I was like, fuck, like that wasn't supposed to happen, but I didn't cancel all of my reoccurring things that I thought I did, and I got more bills that were taken out, obviously, because I have to pay my bills, but I have them all set, everything's set on auto, and I just missed a couple of things, and so I was like, ugh, SHIT. And then when I went to go pay some of my credit cards, I paid too much, and then not that I paid too much. I paid too much that I could afford at the time. Like I tried to pay the whole thing off and I should have only done like half or something. So anyway, I'm like working on it. And it's really fine. Like I'm not in debt or anything. Like I don't want to give like that sort of jump scare, but like I goofed up, and that's okay. We're not perfect. So with that, I'm doing my no spend month, and I'm really trying to take tracking my finances seriously. So I've been using this spreadsheet tracker that I'll insert here. I'll put the link in the description too. That is from the Measure of a Plan, and I found it online. It was free. I know that a lot of financial people and just like other influencers like make you pay for a spreadsheet. Honestly, you don't even need what I'm using. Like what I think I'm using, I think is a little like cumbersome and extreme. I'm only using two of the tabs, the expenses and the income tab. And it does all this math for you, which was nice and that I liked. So, and it was free to download. So that's why I got it. But if not, I was literally just going to open my own spreadsheet and start inputting everything that I spent money on just to look at it. So like, don't be, alarmed, or I would say like, don't feel like overwhelmed that you can't start somewhere. Like just start tracking it. It's really fine. And so, yeah, I started doing that this month, and it's been really fun. It's been nice to write everything down, and it just makes me feel more like accountable and aware of what I'm spending my money on, because after every time I get a receipt, I'm like, oh, like I have to go update the spreadsheet, and it's like, oh, like I really spent this amount, but it's not really that big. It's like I spent $17 at Trader Joe's yesterday. Today I spent $24 and like whatever. It's just been interesting, I would say, to put everything in there and then to see as it keeps going and where I'm spending my money. And I think especially doing this no spend month, it will be interesting to compare to a month where I'm not, but I feel like I'm going to start tracking myself, like honestly, for the rest of the year, like now that I'm doing this. But, to say if I wasn't doing a no spend month, it would be interesting to compare the two and just be like, here's me just being myself, not trying to think about it, but I think I'm still going to be thinking about it. But yeah, it's been fun. I totally recommend doing this. There's a lot of other budgeting apps out there that you could download. Like I used to use Mint, but I don't think it exists anymore, I heard, or something like that. NerdWallet is a great online resource just for any sort of financial literacy, for learning about anything finance related. I love them. I lean on them so much. I listen to their podcasts. Like I just cannot rave about them enough. But your bank would have information. They would be able to help you. There's budgeting in my Chase app that I could use if I wanted to. I'm sure any other financial institution would also have an option that is of similarness. And then, like I said, there's also spreadsheets, even a notes app in your phone. Like, do whatever works for you. Handwriting it down, that's a journey that you need to go on your own. But I do recommend you do that. It's been very fun and eye opening. And I do my little like reels of how much I spend in a month, or I started doing them. And I like doing those too. I think it's just like interesting to see, and I look forward to doing more of those in the future. And so hopefully by tracking stuff now, that will help me when I go to do them. So that's sort of like my financial outlook for 2024. I'm just trying to like really be, like I said, aware and cautious and accountable for like what I'm spending my money on. I feel like in November, December, and October, it was just like a string of friends' birthdays, a string of celebrations, the holidays, and like I was kind of just all over the place with like spending my money, and I really wasn't like sitting in the moment and thinking of like, what am I really like? What is the point of me buying this, or like going on this thing, or spending this money at this place? Like, do I really need another drink? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't think I was really paying attention to all of that. And so partially is probably why my bank account went negative. So just with the whole new year, new me mindset, I'm looking forward to like really focusing and being like, okay, Blake, like, don't be playing them X Games anymore. Also traveling, I think just going home, I will say, does change your finances. Like you're not stagnant in one place. So like buying flights to go home, and then when you're home, obviously you're doing a lot of things out. Like I go out to eat so much more. I get coffee with friends like so much more often. Like not that it's more, it probably does end up working out to be more money. Like DC is really expensive, but I don't eat out as much here as I feel like I do when I go home. But when I'm going home, it's because I'm being social and like, yeah. Do you get what I'm saying? Like when you go home, you like are trying to see all these people, and you're like gonna go do something that costs money with them, most likely, at least in my opinion, or in my experience. So that's where I am with that. I wanted to talk about sort of my mood board for 2024, and it's actually the background on my phone. So let me grab my phone. Oh my God, I almost spilt my water. Throwback to when I spilt my coffee in the vlog. Oh my God, I was so pissed. Let's talk about my mood board. So my mood board for 2024 is the same one that I had for 2023. And honestly, the reason is because I feel like I've constantly tried to like be a content creator, to be like an influencer, like barf, kill me, like stab me with a knife. I just don't know if I've ever really taken it that seriously. And I feel like I'm still like, I am, but I am not at the same time. I just feel like I honestly have, as confident as I am, I think I have a little bit of like a scare of failure. Like I'm scared of like posting something and like just not doing well. Like I want it to, that doesn't perform well. And then it's like, oh, like I just wasted a post on that. But I shouldn't think that way. And I'm like slowly getting myself out of that mindset. And I feel like I really only have it with Instagram for some reason. Like something about it feels so like serious and like personal, and like, I don't know. I just am like, I don't know, like I don't want to like annoy my followers, so I should only really post like a couple times a month, like maybe once a week. But then I'm like, but that's not really a good strategy for growth. And like I know that, like I wouldn't even tell my clients to do that. Like I literally do social media for a job, and I like don't even follow my own advice that I give my clients. If I'm like, you guys aren't posting enough, like, and you're not posting in the right way, and like I'm partially doing that, so like I need to shut up and take my own advice. But anyway, on TikTok, it's totally fine, you know, one a day, whatever. And it feels less done on TikTok, you know, like it can be a little bit more nonchalant, even though I'm trying to take mine a little bit more seriously and like make it very nice and pristine. Anyway, YouTube shorts, whatever. YouTube, I'm finally getting back into it. I feel like I was having a lot of things with just like my camera and not wanting to vlog, or I don't know. I just, whatever. I'm getting back into it, and now my camera battery is flashing. I got a new battery, so hopefully it looks okay. What was I talking about? Oh, I just didn't give YouTube whatever. Like, it's fine. I don't really need to make some big explanation. I just like wasn't taking it seriously, and like that's on me. Sorry, I keep looking at the viewfinder, and it's like I always forget, but I want to like make sure that I look okay. Ugh. I'm learning. Okay, give me some grace. Cut me some freaking slack. With my mood board, it is the same as 2023 because I feel like my goals in 2023 were like to really take my influencing thing more seriously, and I feel like I really did. Like, I did actually produce content, and I started doing my days in the life videos and things like that. And I was vlogging a little bit more. I was using my phone, and like I bought this G7X, and like we did the pod. Like I did do things, and I think now it's like Taylor King always says this, and I don't know where. She's another influencer, girly pop, if you want to follow her. I'm like such a YouTube influencer. Like, I'm a freak about it. Like, I love this shit. She got it from someone, I'm pretty sure. And it's like launch now, adjust later. And I feel like I really need to pay attention to that because nothing is going to ever be sort of that like ideal way that I see it or want it to be done. It will get there, I think. But like initially, like, everything, every brand that you know, every company that you see, everything that you've ever interacted with, I feel like started one way, and it like a prototype exists for a reason, you know, and like it gets you to where your final product is. And so I just need to like pay attention to that more because I feel like that really hinders me because I'm like, oh, like it's just like not good. Like I have like 5 reels in my CapCut right now that I've just like don't want to post because I'm like, like, I don't know, I could do better next time. Or it's like not really how I wanted it to look. Or it's like, I don't want that. I don't want to post the content because I don't want it to do bad. And then I don't want like that to be like a waste, you know? I don't know. But anyway, my mood board is the same. I'm going to have it on this frame. I'm going to have it up here somewhere. I'll put it up so you guys can see it. Maybe I'll put it on this side here. And so let's walk through it. So I have the toast, obviously, Jackson Claude. I found them in 2023. I don't know if Bridget introduced it to me. I'm pretty sure she was, or I feel like they had come up on my timelines before and I just like wasn't paying attention. But I'm pretty sure she was the one who like actually got me into them, and then my friends, all my other friends started getting into them, and like we just like really, I feel like became toasters this year, and like I'm obsessed with them. They're literally so fucking funny, and like I feel like Claudia is a spirit animal of mine. Like when I'm on one, like we're on the same wavelength. I feel like she's fire. I love Jax too. Don't get me wrong. Like every Claude needs a Jax. Like it just makes so much sense. Like if you're a toaster, you get what I'm saying. Like, and like I'm the Claudia and like Bridget is the Jax. Like I just like need her sometimes. Anyway. So I have them on there just because I'm obsessed with them, and like I really like influencer culture, like I said. And me and Bridget wanted to start a podcast, and so I think these 2 girls were such an inspiration for us, and what they've been able to do and what they have built, and they're very admirable in that, and they're very much themselves, and just like all these good things. So I was like, you 2 are going on the mood board. I'm gonna work from like the top down. Then I have don't wait for opportunity, create it. I don't know, it's just some like thing I think I saw on like Pinterest or whatever when I looked up like mood board shit, and I was like, okay, vibe. Like, yeah, don't wait for opportunity, create it. The fuck? I put a map in an airplane, and I think I was like trying to like refer to travel, but honestly, I don't really care about traveling. Like, it's not at the top of my list of things that I want to do. I guess maybe like traveling home, like going back to Wisconsin is always like exciting and feels really good for me. But I wouldn't say like being an international like traveler, Mr. Worldwide. Like, I really don't care. I don't think I'm a very well-traveled person, and I just don't think that's like for me right now. Like, and that's fine. But it's not like a big thing for me. But I put it on there because I'm always down for a trip. Like, if I have the money for it, cue the first half of this video. Or if someone wants to pay, sure, take me. Where are we going? Anyway, and then I have this podcast mic, just a podcast mic in general, just because, again, starting the pod, and we did that of influence. I put that text there just because I wanted to make myself more of like a content creator, influencer type guy. And so that was just kind of my reminder. in that space to have that there. And orange is my favorite color, obviously. So gotta have that. I've got a little shark because I love my sharkies. I should honestly put a horse on this or a bison. Those are my other, like those three. That's my trio, that's my tribe. Like I ride. I put the Fruit Loops just because they're fun and colorful. And like I love anything that's colorful. I have a Fruit Loop candle and I love that thing. And I just love anything colorful, bright, and a little funky. And then this is a photo of Alisha Marie. This was when she was on set for one of her clothing brand that does no longer exist. But I just think she's such a girl boss, and like there's the idea of like having another business, having something that's bigger than yourself. I think is really important for me. And like my mom's been an entrepreneur and she's always owned her own business, and I think that's something that I want to do with myself, whether it is something of a product or is it something in what I work with now with PR and marketing, like events. I don't know what that is, and I don't ever know what that's going to be, and it's not ever going to happen anytime soon, I will tell you that. But I just think that that's a big life goal for me, is to be my own boss and to own my own business. And I just find so much admiration in everything that she's accomplished, and like I love that for her. And then I have this little quote that says good things come in threes, and I think that's a cliche, I'm pretty sure, and I love cliches. I love like stereotypical phrases and catchphrases and whatever. And 2023, good things come in threes. I just felt like that was the vibe. I was thinking that I should replace it with something about four, like, but I don't really know, like a four-leaf clover, lucky, like I don't know what that is. So if you have a quote that's like good for 2024 or good for anything that has to do with four, the letter, the number, comment down below. Then I obviously have a photo of Megan, my homegirl, the H-Town hottie herself, the Black Regina George, my everything, Megan Thee Stallion. And she's on the cover of Forbes, and I just love this photo of her, one, and she's also wearing orange, like tons of symbolism here. She's on the cover of a magazine. I work with magazines and PR, but also like to be on the cover of something would be really cool, and just to like be that popular. And she's just the baddest bitch ever. She's the H-Town hottie. She is the black girl coach. Like she is everything that you just would ever want to be. And like, I just love her energy. And she honestly is like my biggest inspiration, and just her confidence and everything. Like I love her so much. I'm like top 0.0001% of Megan listeners on Spotify. Like don't play around with me. Like that is my girl. And I just like everything that she emulates, like I want to emulate for myself and for other people. Like we are hot, like we are the hotties, like we're bad as fuck, we're a bad bitch, like we're freak nasties, we're cocky as fuck, like whatever it is, I want that energy for me and for people around me. But then this is a message that says, I think you're different because you're you. And this is a Slack message from my coworker, Casey. If you're watching, I love you. And she sent this to me because we were having like a Slack conversation about like influencing. And I was like, girl, like I need to do it. Like I need to give it another try. Like we work a lot with influencers at our job. And I was like, I could do any of this. Like from the sense of like the influencers that we're working with, I'm like, I could just post videos of myself running around town and like going out to eat. And honestly, I feel like I could do it better than some of them. And I probably do, to be completely transparent. Like some people, at least in the DC scene, I'm going to be real right now. I'm like, I have a list. I'm like, you will not be invited to, I'm not going to get into it. These are not the views of my employer, but let's just say I think that the DC influencer scene it's no New York. It's no, I don't know what Chicago looks like, but it's no New York. It's no LA. I'll tell you that right now. Some of the people out here are whack, okay? And their content, trashed. Why are we giving them stuff? Why are we inviting them places? I'm sorry. I have more, me and my little 2,000 followers, I get more of an audience reach than you do. Genius, okay? So anyway, she really inspired me with that, and I just love that message, and I love her. And so I was like, you're obviously going on my mood board. And then I have a photo of Alisha and Remy again at their podcast. I feel like the podcast was like a really big thing for Bridget and I, because I feel like literally like the second time I interacted with her, me and her kept joking that like we just started a podcast. Like we're so funny. Like we just had so much stuff to say. We have such a good banter, I feel like. And if I was going to do it with anyone, I honestly like she is the best person I feel like to do it for, just because we really bring out the best in each other. And I think that we're like so on the same page, but we're also so opposite at the same time that like it works so well. Just like Jackson Claude, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and so yeah, it was just, that was a big thing for us. I love Pretty Basic. I love Remy, of course, too. Again, huge inspiration for me. And so just seeing them and like have a studio and all the guests that they get on and just the success that they've built, again, with that huge inspiration, I think the podcast really was like the big thing that I wanted to do. And I think this year, oh wait, what else do I have on here? Oh, that's pretty much it. I got some random stuff at the bottom, like books, and then just the year 23. And this year, I just have it the same. I just put a 4 in front of it. And so I think this year, I just like really want to treat myself like a business. Like I keep saying that, and I guess going back to like the business owner thing, but like not really. But because like when I say like be a business owner, I mean like something separate that's not me. Like something that you wouldn't necessarily know is that I own. Like I start a fanny pack brand, excuse me, not the Coke coming out. So like something like that, is a trucker hat brand. Wait, I might be onto something. I could like fuck up some trucker hat designs. Okay, y'all, you heard it here first. I am starting a trucker hat company. It's gonna be Fire Flame. I don't know what's gonna be called, but y'all better watch out. Okay, so something like that. But anyway, I want to treat myself like a business, and I want to take everything that I'm doing more seriously, whether it is content creation related, influencer related, or literally just like me. So like the tracking of my finances, like to me, that's treating myself like a business. I'm taking it more seriously. I'm having a paper trail, you could say, like I'm doing the do. Same thing with influencing. I want to like have more of a content schedule. I want to like figure out more of like the content that I'm going to post beyond just like day of my life stuff. I want to do more YouTube videos, like things of that nature, because YouTube really is like a bread and butter for me. Like every night, if I'm not watching Glee right now, which, can we talk about the Glee, like season 3 to 4, like just the terror that goes on in this show after they graduate, the original scary. I'm saving it for the pod. Like, y'all better watch it because I've never seen Glee before. I'm a little behind. Anyway, I'm making this video really long. I want to like shorten it up. So yeah, long story short, I want to treat myself like a business. I want to get it together. Yeah. And I just want to like be more legit. And I feel like I'm very much on like, I'm coming up, I've only got like 70 followers on TikTok because I had to start a new one because my other one was fucking flopping. But like, I just want to like take it all more seriously. I want to make my content a little bit more better. I want to level that up. I want to find a couple more things that I want to post about. So I'm thinking like outfits of the days and fashion and sustainability is a big thing for me. Thrifting is a big thing for me. Okay, finances, I just said that. Like, what can I be doing that's based around there beyond just what I'm spending every month? Things like that. So I'm very excited, and I think it's going to be a great year. I'm just excited for 2024. I'm excited for these new things. I like feel so good about like growing up now. Like I'm 25, and like that feels so different than being 24, from being 23 to being whatever age. And I just feel like I'm really growing more into my adultness, and I have a lot of goals and aspirations and like things that I want to accomplish. And I feel like this is going to be a good year to like start checking those things off my list. I just feel it in the air for me. Like it's in the energy, it's in the vibes. So with that, this is already longer than I wanted it to be because I wanted it to be like 15 minutes total. I'm going to edit a lot of it, obviously. But hopefully it's not too long. I'm just like very conscious about like time. I don't know why, because like I will sit down and watch a 40-minute YouTube video, like no questions asked if I like the person. But for some reason, I'm like, no, I can't do that. Like I have to make it short. Same with our podcast. I always get in it with Bridget because I'm like, girl, like we're taking too long. Like the people are going to get annoyed. But I'm like, well, I had to like get through the whole thought. Like Bridget, if you're watching this, I see you. I hear you right now. And the next time I tell you to wrap it up, tell me to shut up. Okay. Look at me and you just will know that I'm talking about this moment right now. So yeah. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and it was fabulous time. Please let me know if you ever want me to do more of these types of videos. This was really fun for me. I would love to like do them more topical, or just kind of like check in every time I do like a check-in update. I definitely want to do a Q&A because like I've always wanted to do that. Like little like people want to like ask questions about my life and like I'll answer them. Like fuck, okay. When I get more followers on Instagram and more followers on here, we will do a Q&A. But I think I need to grow a little bit more before that happens. But that would be fun to do. So in the meantime, I think it's only 8 o'clock. I think I'm gonna like finish the episode of Glee that I'm on and just end my night. So it was fabulous time. Thanks for the chat, and let's do this again soon. Bye.